I'm delighted now to welcome to the stage a young man who I met during our arts festival, Joseph Roberts. You saw some of the impact on our young people across the trust before. Joseph came and performed. He was incredible. If you haven't heard of him, you're about to, and you can sign up to all his social feeds. But Joseph has been collecting some thoughts from the day, haven't you, Joseph, about what this has meant to him, hearing the words of our young people, hearing the words of our speakers here. So I'd like you to give a round of applause, people, and welcome to Joseph Roberts to the stage.
Hi to everyone. So as mentioned, my name is Joseph Roberts and I'm a poet. I started poetry when I was 16 and I performed in assembly in school, and I got laughed at because obviously poetry isn't seen as cool, and it kind of goes back to like what we've been talking about today. When you step outside of that box, you get laughed at, things like that. Anyway, I went on to carry on and I started making videos on YouTube, and it started to pick up a bit. I set myself up as self-employed, and I went on TNT Sports and I did a poem about John Barnes, and it took off a bit, so I was on TV, and then I made like a little bit of a start to a career. So going to schools, I do poetry workshops. I'm trying to make poetry cool, and I talk about how you can turn your passion into a business. And I recently just started a limited company called All Ears Poetry, and it's about making poetry cool through events and through clothing. I was very fortunate enough to be asked to perform today. I was set up a bit of a challenge to write a poem to sort of collect everybody's ideas and thoughts about education and creativity from today. And it was like, you've got till 3 o'clock, write this poem. So I'm going to read it from my book because I haven't memorised it. Usually when I perform poems, I memorise it. But I'm going to get my book now and I'm going to read it to you. In order to create change, we must see it first. You must see beyond the 4 walls of the classroom, sitting on desks nice and neat. Raise your hand if you want to speak. Tested on memory rather than what you know, how much info you can keep. The staff, the teachers, they're not the problem. We're in a system with not many options. It's the policy makers, and they're missing one key thing. You can't create change without creators. You have to see it. Piaget said, being intelligent is knowing what to do when you don't know what to do. It's kind of like when you sit down at a piano and create your own song, or when you forget the dance moves so you just make it up as you go along. It's the flow of creativity which creates innovative change and beyond. It's very admirable and respectable to want to do your best, but at the same time you don't want to leave with a grade 9 in stress. We must change the definition of success. It's not memorising it at first time and getting 100%. I'd rather learn the information properly, give it time to digest, and get it right on the 7th attempt. Walt Disney was fired from the Kansas City Star early in his career because his editor felt he lacked imagination and had no good ideas, but then went on to create Dumbo, the elephant, which could fly just by using his ears. Sometimes you've got to fly without wings, swim without fins, find your purpose and create your own mechanism within. An architect is creative with bricks. Liverpool player Trent Alexander-Arnold is creative at taking free kicks. Engineer Richard Drew created tape so that things could stick. Gordon Ramsay is creative at making thick cut chunky chips. From everything that I've just said, from everything that I've just stated, we can learn that there is more than one way to be educated. So let's see change. Let's get creative. Thank you.
Thank you, Joseph.